Welcome back to the Three Amigos podcast. We have week one of the NFL in the books. You may be wondering, why am I shirtless? Well, that's because last year we implemented winners wear jerseys. Well, this year we're implementing losers go full nude. So don't ask me to stand up. It'll be a little bit of a surprise, and I meant a little bit. Only thing that could be worse about losing, and we'll talk about that later, because I know you boys want to hear about the loss, and I understand, and we're gonna get it. Whatever, we'll get into it. Is making an outstanding trade before the season, and I would love. We talked about it last week. Thought it was a good trade. Thought it'd be good. And I would love for your guys' input on how the trade's going, because I don't remember what happened. Because you got
Well,
Jahmyr Gibbs, right?
yeah, I got Jahmyr Gibbs,
And a fourth round.
fourth round.
Okay. And Justin, who did you get again?
I got a first round.
You got a first round.
And the
JK
player.
And what happened?
Well, first of all, Alex,
Yeah.
I would like to remind everyone, yes, please don't ask Alex to stand up or you'll see his tiny little Steelers D. And secondly, the trade is going amazing for me. I actually feel horrible. As soon as I saw that, I was like, man, I told Justin this is the year he won't get hurt because he's got all this extra help around him. And literally, bro didn't make it out of the first half. I was like, oh, well, I clearly won that trade. That's going to go down as like the greatest trade I've ever made. But it could have just very easily been on the other side of that. So I do feel bad for Justin. But like he said, he's got a first. He's not at a loss completely.
You know what? And I think at the end of the day, I did intently take Gibbs in every other league that I could. If Chris was in the league, I took Gibbs. So I kind of felt like, you know what? He is my friend. He is a Lions fan. He doesn't ever have much to hold on to. He hasn't, for all of I've known him, he's never really cared about the Lions. Kind of, but he knew they was
not in like I desperately need to have this player on my team.
And I could feel his desperation, and his desperation made me feel pity because he's my friend and I love him, and I wanted him to feel happiness. So I decided I would risk it. How the fuck do you not even make it? That's his career.
A half that. That's he's done.
It feels like it. It feels like it.
He's been in. I mean, every year he's. So we'll obviously get into it, but he has 2 knee surgeries. He has now his ACL tear.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you're a running back. You rely on your legs.
He ain't getting paid. That's for sure.
And it's just sad. Well, he actually is still getting paid. He has to get paid.
I just mean he's not making it to that next contract.
No, he's not. And it's kind of sad for him. But you know what? Some people's careers are just like that. It just looks like he's just like that.
Yeah, it's just crazy because he came out of Ohio State with all this like big expectation because he tore it up there, and he's
doing good.
When he's healthy, he's great. When he's healthy, he's great.
What year is this it's just for him?
This is fourth.
Third. Oh, it's his fourth?
Third or fourth, third, I think. Because he had one knee, another knee, and Achilles. He's never played a full season in the NFL.
I remember his rookie season kind of going off like the first half or whatever. And then ACL,
then he got hurt,
knee or whatever. Then he came back. And he was back, and he was like, "Oh, we're back." And then he got hurt. And then this year,
okay, gonna give you guys some insight.
Yeah, I'm ready.
If you're not the Ravens, are you not the least bit interested in trading for Jonathan Taylor now at this point?
Oh, for sure.
Like that's you asking for a piece to complete your puzzle, and you can't. Like if you don't even try, you're not trying. If you don't even entertain the idea, you're not trying to win the Super Bowl.
I don't think they will, though.
No, they won't.
Because they are not going to want to pay Jonathan Taylor.
No.
So therefore, they wouldn't waste any draft capital or anything to get him to begin with. But they should.
I mean,
does he become a free agent next year, or does he get franchised?
I don't know if he was the first. I don't think he was the first round. I think he was the second round. So I don't think I don't think they can tag him.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, good for
Oh,
him. He might
about
be
this
gone next
too.
year.
If they do it, yeah, they don't pay him, but maybe he's interested in taking less because the team actually wanted him. Because no one wants
True.
him for that.
True.
Sorry, I'm watching the game. We're recording this during the Monday night game, and we heard that it might be an Achilles for Aaron Rodgers as well. We don't know yet. We'll have an MRI tomorrow, I guess.
I would
Probably
assume.
even tonight.
That's not good.
Not
No.
good at all.
At least the Jets just sign him and then trade away into anything. But then they're stuck in
Yeah,
the same
but-
predicament they were in.
Exactly. They were like, I feel horrible for them. They were so hyped as soon as they got Aaron Rodgers because they saw how good all these other parts of their team were, that they figured plopping him in made them Super Bowl contenders immediately. And then to basically get 3 plays out of him and before you lose them, that's just heartbreaking.
That's hard.
I mean, like, dude, you don't even get anything.
No.
You get nothing. You get, like, that just sucks. It sucks for the Jets. And we were all hyped. You listened to last week's podcast. We were screaming, Jets, Jets, Jets.
We were screaming Jets.
really
Now
that doesn't make it any more fun to scream Jet, Jet, Jets.
No.
it doesn't. It kind of feels sad.
Unless you start with the same old Jets,
Yeah,
Jets.
Yeah, I got a suggestion. Maybe we just do like an honorary, like sad Jets, 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 you know?
Okay.
I'm down.
On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Jets,
Jets. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Sorry. Oh, man, it just sucks. It just sucks for an old quarterback who went to a new situation to maybe potentially like do something. And now you don't even get to see if he would have been good on the Jets. Because like you said, literally before the podcast started, Chris was like, if this is an Achilles, he's probably done. Like done. Like it's a hard thing to come back from. He's 40 years old almost. Like,
yeah, I'm hoping it's just a sprain and he
Yeah.
just needs some time. But if he tore that Achilles, he's done. There's no way.
that's a tough one to come back from. Somebody who is coming back, Mr. Chris Jones himself, decided to, after being in the stadium watching his team lose
With his
Weird.
agents.
Yeah, really weird. Honestly, I'd never seen something like that.
He probably
going-
enjoyed the shit out of it.
I bet he did.
Especially when the Lions scored that last touchdown with Montgomery right up the middle. Like
Yep.
that
And-
would have been where Jones would have come into play.
Maybe I will get it during the Lions Den or the burnt down diner or whatever the fuck we're calling it. But how rude was it of the announcer to go, this win has to have an asterisk on it?
Oh, we'll definitely get into that.
Okay, cool.
I think we
Yeah,
should just
we'll
like,
definitely get into that.
him signing is a great idea. It was honestly, I think it just got a lot of incentives, is what we come to look at his contract structured. I don't think it really did
Yeah,
anything.
did he like sign any longer, or was it just
No, there's
the
one year.
incentives? It's
Yeah,
just 1 year.
More money. He wanted more incentives.
All right, cool. Thought he was worth more. Good
You
for
know
him.
what? He's got 1 year. He's got an opportunity. He wants to win another Super Bowl. I mean, why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
But
Well,
I think
dude.
you're right, Jay.
Can we just do real quick? Because mine probably is the boringest, the easiest to get through out of all the segments we have this weekend. Because Alex, I know you're about to be heated. Chris, I know. I don't even want to talk about what your show's going to be. There's going to be stuff all over the screen. So we
Yeah,
got-
it's going to be good,
That's-
bad,
get into this.
ugly, all over.
Give me, please, a good old Cowboys corner. Let me just dive in this, get the fuck out, and let you guys.
Oh, I
take-
can put my shirt on now.
Oh wait, no, just leave it for the Cowboys thing, please.
Just for the Cowboys corner. Okay, I'll leave it for the Cowboys corner. I'll put it on after
I
the
like
Cowboys
the
corner.
aesthetic.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Well,
Do you have
boys,
to
I
go
just
alert
had
people?
to I just had to go and shut my door because this one's a little bit nuts. We're talking a 40-0 score. Here comes the victorious Cowboys from Dallas. Justin, fill us in on the Cowboys corner this week. I don't know why I had Tourette's there for a moment.
I don't even know where to begin. I want to scream, Cowboys, 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 Cowboys in the fucking thing. Because that's how excited I am, like I was the Jets last week. And on top of it, not only to win the first game of the season, not even to win the first game against the Giants, but to fucking obliterate the Giants 40-0 felt fucking sweet. I loved shoving it in their fucking mouth. I loved our defense. Literally fucked them up, dude. They say defense wins championships, and if our offense can have more time to click and do their thing, we're one scary fucking team to play this year because that defense looked hella fucking dominant. Yeah, you can talk about the weather conditions and some of the luckiness. Like a block field goal is so funny. Like it's not always so is lucky, but like it was just momentum. After that, then it was the interception, and it was just fucking like, dude, literally fist to teeth, man. We beat the shit out of them. We gave them no life, and even our backups were beating the shit out of them, bro. It was so awesome. I literally smiled all night watching this game. I loved every minute of it. I wasn't bored. I was entertained watching my fantasy team rise above the occasion. Fucking each of my Cowboys thing, there was 30 points was like the bare minimum I got from the Cowboys defense. In some leagues, I got 45. So, man, I'm fucking ecstatic. Do you have questions? Can I answer any? I just had so much fun. What's up?
I have a question. I think you mentioned it already. Defense, special teams looks absolutely phenomenal.
Crazy.
Does your offense? So there was a little bit of weather. I'll give it that. But does the lack? I think this has been the thing that we've talked about many of years with the Cowboys is, can the offense get it together? Your defense has always been kind of good, and this year it looks like, okay, what the hell? Like, it's not fair that it's like, oh, we're gonna cover our number one with Trayvon Diggs, and you're gonna get your second covered with Stephon Gilmore. Oh, it's just like it's like doesn't feel fair. But does that offense like scare you at all? I understand like rain, whatever, but McCarthy's first time calling plays in probably 3 years, right?
Yeah. Dude, no, it doesn't scare me. So it's so funny. In the last couple of years, we definitely have that predominant defense. But when Tony Romo played, we were a dominant offense with an okay defense. We lost a lot of games because our defense let up big plays, stuff like that. But no, it does not scare me because at the end of the day, I think, it's the first game of the season. It's literally like all they've had is preseason to kind of get their mojo and their swag, and Dak's not playing a full game. I love that they took him out. Like I thought you could definitely kept him in there and let him play a little bit just to get rhythm. But dude, it was rainy as fuck. Like it was getting worse in downpour. That made a ball hard to catch. Like that's why Tony Pollard had 2 touchdowns. Like the game was only that exciting because of the craziness in the beginning from the defensive side of the ball. Because if it wasn't for that, I think it would have looked like the Bengals and the Browns, because that's what that reminded me of. It was just wet. Yeah. It was gross. You know what I'm saying? So, no, it doesn't scare me. I think next week we come into Dallas, covered dome. It's going to be even more hype off of coming last game. We're going to come in with a lot of fucking swagger. And I think our offense still knows that it has something to prove, because there was you couldn't showcase it. There was nothing to show. Like really, and that's the part like I would be skeptical of, is the fact that we didn't have that offensive like push. Like we only scored 2 touchdowns with Tony Pollard, but like where was your deep? Like there was a couple good passes to CD. Our tight end got a lot of looks, which made me excited because I do have him in one of my fantasy leagues.
Couldn't catch a ball.
Hey, you know what? I'll give you that. Whatever. Fuck it. But you didn't even see Cook. You didn't see Michael Gallup get anywhere. They really didn't throw a lot. It was a lot of like run and quick passes. And our defense set us up so well, we didn't have to do anything.
Yeah, I mean, the first time your offense touched the ball, it was like 16-0 or something like that.
14-0.
14-0. That's pretty trash.
Yeah, it's bullshit, honestly.
I think it's also so exciting because, like, whatever, you guys all know, there's so many Cowboy haters. If you wear a Cowboys jersey anywhere, someone's gonna make fun of you. Someone's gonna say something to your face. So when you just beat the fuck out of somebody, oh my God, it feels great. I mean, that's 49er fans. I'll tell you.
I mean,
These shots fired. Yeah, no, watching that game, Cowboys looked like a Super Bowl caliber team on defense. Their special teams looked amazing. It's like you said, the only thing that I was a little disappointed in seeing was Dak. And I get it's raining, so we're gonna have to see how he looks this week before we can really judge him this year. But I was hoping for a little bit more, just because I do have him in one league. I tore it up because my team's stacked in that league, and then I waited and got Dak, and I think he put up 6 fantasy points with 143 yards. So I want to see him back in the dome or just in some good weather. But defense can fucking take you to the Super Bowl. They were scary. Like so Alex and I were talking a trade between Pat Fryermuth and Mark Andrews, and then I got cold feet on Mark Andrews because he's got this hamstring thing. But then Alex was like, well, I don't know if I want Fryermuth now. After I'm like, well, that was against like the best defense in the league. Like, I'm not too worried about him. But then seeing the Cowboys, I'm like, are they the best defense in the like 49ers Cowboys are going to be competing for the best defense in the league this year for sure. So hey, congratulations, 40-0. That's a big win, divisional win. Who do you guys got next week? I forget.
The
we
Jets,
talked about it. The Jets. All right, so you're going 2-0. Yeah, good start for the Cowboys.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hey, honestly, the first half was so fun to watch. The second half, I kind of got bored.
Oh yeah,
just because like the play, but yo, all the hype for Diggs 2 years ago to then last year where he had like his up and down year. He looks like he might be a menace this year.
Oh, 100%.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, having someone like Stephon Gilmore in the room, that's the difference maker. You took a vet, giving a young, raw, talented guy some vet advice.
He must have literally had some lessons from Peanut Tillman over the offseason. That punch was insane.
He's just smacked it, bro.
Well, that was a beautiful rendition of the Cowboys Corner. Until next week. I really want to not talk about the Steelers yet. So I really want to go to the Lions Den. I don't know what it is.
He said he didn't know what the fuck to call it. Now it is called the Lions Den, the burnt down diner. It's whatever it is for the week that it needs to be.
His cats are fighting, bro.
No, it's just one of them that's pissing me off. Fucking in the window.
Fucking in the window, yeah.
So it is the Kneecap Diner located inside the Lions Den. Thank you very much. We have a whole map system. I'll show it to you one day. But yes, Kneecap Diner, baby. Lions. Everyone counted them out.
Yep.
They thought, who's scheduling Detroit to open up the NFL season? Prime time against the Chiefs? Why are we putting garbage product out on the field to open up the season? No. That wasn't garbage, boys. It was beautiful. I was so excited. The rookies. I've been getting off on this podcast every week talking about how excited I am for these rookies, and every single one of them had their moment in that game. That was exciting to watch. From top to bottom, Jahmyr Gibbs, they didn't use him very much. I wasn't surprised by that. It's his first game ever in Arrowhead. Like, they're obviously going to trust David Montgomery a little bit more. I expect more from Gibbs this coming week, but you had him showing his athletic ability. You had obviously Brian Branch making these pick six play. And just the play or two before that, Jack Campbell had a huge pass deflection. And then Sam Laporta looked great too. Like, those are our top 4 draft picks right there. I am thrilled with that.
I remember you saying that Jack Campbell was like, oh, it's gonna happen, right? I like before the start of the season. Mm-hmm. I watched him all game and I was like, this guy's good.
He's good. We got some young linebackers, and I think they got some promise, at least for a bright future. The negatives of the game. the fact that the Chiefs basically got away with cheating for 4 quarters until they decided right at the end to call it. And I'm glad that they did, but how are you going to let that man off the line every single pass play, false start every single pass play, and hold Aiden Hutchinson on nearly every single play? They only called one hold on him on Aiden when it was really egregious, but the rest of the time, no calls whatsoever. Like it got to the point where the guy who's the head of officiating or whatever was on TV talking about how bad they're missing this call and they're laughing at it. So it's like, those refs got ripped to shreds for missing that all game.
It doesn't happen next week.
It better not.
I heard a theory that they were giving away plays, so it wasn't in your benefit anyways, because as soon as his foot went back, they knew they were passing.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, either way or not, you still won the game, but
we still won the game. But like that's the type of shit that the Lions are always up against. They're always up against refs who are fucking incompetent. Like, I can understand missing a call here or there, but the dude was tap dancing on the line every single play. False start, false. He would literally he would have multiple false starts on one play and not be like it was just baffling to me that you could be that bad. And I don't know if you guys saw this, but somewhere in Europe, they're forcing refs for hockey games to, right after the game, be interviewed and answer questions about their decisions. And I think that should be implemented here in literally every sport, because every sport just has these refs suck. They're terrible. Yes, Justin.
I have so much to say, but I have one thing to say first, because I think me and Alex cannot stop laughing. So you're telling me that 16 season or 0-15, whatever it was, refs.
0-16? No. That was a bad team.
Detroit versus
What I'm saying is, over the years, the Lions have had
Dan Campbell, baby.
So many bad calls go against them, and this could have been that. It obviously didn't matter, but it was just like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, this is the opening game. You have so many eyes on you, and you're whatever.
Bad ref.
Horrible.
Funny. I love how this is the Lions' fate. All bad calls, always getting the worst.
Well, what pisses me off about it?
What's up?
Yeah,
I know he's gonna go on this rant, so I just want to go there. Do you think that there's an asterisk next to this game?
I was literally just about to transition to that, Alex, because that's the thing, is everyone's like, well, you didn't have the Chiefs didn't have Chris Jones. They didn't have Travis Kelce. And it's like, yeah, but literally the refs are letting their offensive linemen covering our best defensive linemen cheat all game long. So get rid of the whole, sorry, they didn't have either one of those players, because that's some bullshit. And yet, no, there's no asterisks. When the Eagles beat the Cowboys last year without Dak, did they say, oh, there's an asterisk on this game? When the Cowboys beat the Eagles without Jalen Hurts, did they say, oh, there's an asterisk on this game? When the Eagles beat the 49ers, when they lost several quarterbacks, literally Christian McCaffrey was their quarterback in the NFC Championship, did they say, oh, well, the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl with an asterisk? No. So that's fucking bullshit. At the end of the day, they had Patrick Mahomes, who's supposed to be, they spent all game stroking him off, basically swallowing load after load of Patrick Mahomes, but then at the end basically saying that, well, there's an asterisk because, we beat Patrick Mahomes in Patrick Mahomes' house the night they dropped a banner. Go fuck yourself, Mike Tirico. And bad on him, because he lives in Michigan, so he's going to be getting shit for that all season long.
I'm so dead. I was going to ask who did it. Well, obviously
you don't
I know
need
where
to.
he is. I know where he lives now because Chris told me. But dude, talking about an asterisk, what the fuck? Like, dude, dumb. It doesn't matter. Like, it was the Chiefs' decision to also not pay Chris Jones. It was the organization's decision to sit on Kelce because he wasn't feeling good. So you're saying people get injured, you put an asterisk? That's kind of fucked up. That literally gives you guys no respect, which is kind of fucked. Like, you guys deserve more respect than that.
No, it's bullshit.
I mean,
any of the times the Patriots lost when Gronk was out, did anyone say, "Oh, that's an ass"? No, because you beat Brady.
Like the Bills right here. Is there an asterisk that Aaron Rodgers isn't playing?
No. I guarantee someone makes the joke about that at the end.
Yeah. Well, now
it was such a big topic.
Yeah. And also, I heard one conversation saying like, when you go to the playoffs and you have hurt people, you don't call, like you said, you don't call it an asterisk. It's just like, hey, you play the game and it's full contact sport.
Play the team in front of you.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. Every coach is next man up. You know what I mean? Like that's every coach's mentality. And it's like, it's been every coach's mentality forever.
And when you have Patrick Mahomes, like there's no excuses.
I mean, well, there's the only excuse I will give him is Kadarius Toney does need to learn how to catch something.
So the excuse is Kadarius Toney sucked.
No, it wasn't an excuse. It was just facts.
I saw a funny meme. It was Kadarius Toney on the IR, 2 broken hands.
Well, Chris, I have to say something. I have to say congratulations because I only know how much that felt for you for so many.
I was so happy.
The day of, the team of, the who was it, like just to have that win under your belt, I bet made you come. But
I did.
At the end of the day, you guys look great. You guys do look pretty good. Jahmyr Gibbs, the little flashes that we saw of him, has some like really, really high potential. I think Kadarius Toney definitely benefited your defense, but your defense was still really strong. Like, still did really, really good. Aiden Hutchinson is the man for you guys. So if you don't pay him,
fuck yeah. We better pay him.
This contract that we talked about last week with Bosa fucks you, not only just me too, because you're probably gonna have to pay him some serious money. He's young,
and that's okay.
Yeah, you should. He's good enough.
He's insane.
We should.
I know he didn't get any sacks, but he definitely changed the course of that.
He should have.
That will be the change that Lions need. The Lions need to show that they actually care, because I don't think anyone has cared enough to like put big money on somebody.
No, I think they know that their fan base would like burn down Ford Field if they didn't sign Aiden Hutchinson when the time comes.
Yeah, I agree.
The best part about that,
he's still going.
No. This is the best part. The best part is after the game, seeing all the crying, whiny Vikings fans who were scared. And they were running their mouths online about how the Lions are still losers. They stand no chance at the division, all this shit. Only to fucking lose to the Bucks and have Kirk Cousins look like dog shit. So yesterday, I was eating that up, watching the Vikings lose, laughing at their online communities, now realizing that they're actually going to suck horribly this year. So that was the best part of the weekend. That's all I got.
Damn. This just in. David Bakhtiari is kind of going off.
What do you mean?
Congrats,
online?
NFL. Yeah. How many more players have to get hurt on artificial turf? You care more about soccer players than us. You plan to remove all artificial turf for the World Cup coming up, so clearly it's feasible. I'm sick of this. Do better.
No, I agree.
Bakhtiari.
David Bakhtiari.
It was his protector for how many years, right? Like that was his guy for years.
Now, I don't necessarily know if it was the turf that did it or if that guy just landed on Rodgers' ankle funny, but also, I for sure think every football game should be played on grass.
Like yesterday, Daniel Jones looked like he got turf eye. Like he got so much turf in his eyes when he
Dak when he was playing, dude. He had
Dak too, right? All over his face. It was like, what is going on right now? Like, why?
Because those rubber pellets, when they're wet, they just stick to you.
Yep.
So wait, is that the change? Is that a change that we don't know about, or is that just something that's like more present this year?
It's something that they were complaining about last year.
Yeah, they were complaining about it last year. They were talking about it last year because someone got hurt, and they were like, "What in the hell?" But I guess they can do it for the soccer players. They can remove all artificial turf.
Well, part of it was also Tua, because when you get tackled on turf, that shit hurts way worse than grass. And so part of it was the Tua, but then other people like with the ACL tears and ankle stuff, the turf was always being brought up. And then The problem though is then in that Super Bowl, they didn't take care of the grass very well. So
It
then
was
that shit
horrible.
was slippery. So then all the people who could like shit on grass then could point to that Super Bowl and say, well, what do you mean you guys are slipping all over that grass?
Yeah. I think it's a hard thing, but we just got distracted because I think
We
we have
did.
the best segment coming up
Nope.
next.
We're gonna go.
I've
To,
been
hold on,
waiting
no,
for
no,
you.
no.
hold on. We're gonna go to a new
No,
segment. Hold on.
no. It's time
We
to
have a new
put
segment.
on your
We have a
hard
new
hat.
segment.
It's
No, we have a
time
new
to
segment. We have a new
clock-
segment. We have a new segment.
What's the new
Bird's
segment?
Nest. The Bird's Nest. We have a newcomer.
Wow, you
to
are
the
really
season.
prolonging this.
We have a newcomer to this season.
Can we just get some shots fired at Alex in every segment? Chris, you never
Yeah.
fired any shots.
Oh, okay. It was amazing to see like Aiden Hutchinson go off. He didn't get any sacks, but he got a ton of pressures.
Sorry, my headphone went out. I'm so sorry. What happened?
Oh,
What'd you
okay,
say?
that's fine. You don't need to be a part of this part. I'm just saying that Aiden Hutchinson is like one of the best D linemen in the league, certainly better than anyone named TJ. So that's all I got to say.
Okay.
That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
All right, in the Bird's Nest.
Bird's Nest. Did you watch your game, Jacob?
That was dry. Well, here I got you, Jake. He gave you a really bad intro.
He's so mad.
Do you hear it? Do you hear the wind?
What
What is that? Ladies and gentlemen, we have to you the very first edition of the Bird's Nest.
Dun-dun-dun.
Love that.
Dun-dun-dun.
Honestly, pretty disappointing game. I actually missed the end of the game. So when I left, I was like, oh, we're doing pretty good. But yeah, just kind of threw it towards the end there. Late game fumble. And then I believe it got stopped on fourth down, like goal line. So just couldn't really close. But I thought we looked decent at the start of the game. But yeah, it's going to be a long, rough season, most likely.
Jake, how did it feel to score more than 7 points? Because obviously, if you're a good team, you would score more than 7 points.
I enjoyed it. It felt good.
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly, there was a point where I'm like, wow, the Cardinals are actually going to sneak out this win.
Yeah.
I thought for sure they were going to pull it off.
Well, man, what a quick and end to the Bird's Nest. Not much to tell when you're not that great, I guess.
There'll be more to talk about as soon as Kyler comes back.
Oh, yeah, when things get a little bit more interesting.
I will
right?
say Josh Dobbs held his own. Like, he didn't look horrible.
Oh, yeah. He's not bad.
Coming from a former Steeler, he probably did okay.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's crazy because you just can't win. And that's just what the Steelers do best. Let's put on our hard hats. Let's clock into work. And let's get Alex on this mic, please.
Okay. First off. I want to respond to everybody's. Oh, okay. Yes, we only scored 7 points. It's a hard game. Okay. It's a hard game. It could be the Giants, score 0. Okay. Cool. Perfect. Got that one out the way. Parsons, 1 sack. Hutchinson, 0 sacks. TJ Watt, 3 sacks. So sorry. Nope. He had 1 sack. I just looked it up. He only had 1. You had 7.
Okay.
You had set.
It's okay.
The crazy
Okay.
aspect is your team had 7 sacks, which was kind of insane.
Yeah.
That you had 7 sacks in one game.
Oh, yeah.
TJ, 3 sacks. So, hey, our defense looks there. The front line looks really, really good. The secondary didn't think it could get worse than last year. And it looks like.
Didn't you talk about how they revamped their secondary?
Let him
they
keep
did.
going. We just write notes. That's what I'm doing.
No, they did. And Patrick Peterson had 2 really good plays, and some not so great plays. Yeah, and their whole secondary didn't, I don't know how to play football sometimes. Their linebackers let Christian McCaffrey kind of just run right by him. They were like, oh, we're gonna block the D ends and the D tackles, and we're just gonna like leave the linebackers unblocked, and Christian McCaffrey should be able to just like get through him. And they did, and he did. And then offense, it was awesome to see 7 3-and-outs in a row. It was really, really cool to see like a lot of momentum from our team. And then Johnson, for how much I like say like he doesn't score a touchdown, it sucks that when he went down, because watching the game more, Pickens is a really good 50-50 ball player, but he's not the best at, hey, we need 5 yards, run a slant and get separation.
Mm-hmm.
Johnson's good at that. Johnson's good at getting separation. Johnson's good at being that route runner, that like traditional, almost like number one. I can see why he's our number one now versus Pickens. I think Pickens is the better receiver, but I can see why Johnson would be the number one, because he is that I'm gonna get open, I'm gonna get separation, I'm gonna run the routes to a T to make them look really good. Where Pickens is like, if you put it in my area, I'm gonna catch it. Like it's like he had that crazy catch that was not a catch. That was a crazy catch
for the touchdown.
for the touchdown. Yeah, that was
impressive.
insane. And that's what he's gonna do. But not having that number one kind of sucked. And then I don't know, I don't know if like Pickett just forgot how to play football. But
wait, say that again. Say that again for the people.
I don't know if Pickett forgot how to play football. But we're back on our bullshit again with 2 interceptions. He threw, and now I don't know what we're doing here, because I don't know what we're doing here. Are we going
No
back?
one does.
Are we going back to like a West Coast offense where we have him throw it 50 times a game? That's fine. But then why
down that much, brother?
What?
You were just down that much. You just needed a miracle. He
No,
was trying to give you a
true.
miracle.
When you're hold on, but when you're down that much, maybe just try to run an offense. Like there's a certain point in the game when you don't feel like your receiver. Hold on, when you don't feel like your quarterback can throw the ball well, because there was many of times in the third, fourth quarter where Kenny Pickett would just overthrow, underthrow, miss a guy completely. He had a wide open. How much I talk crap about Deontay Johnson not having a touchdown, I can't talk crap this year. He literally had a wide open touchdown on like a 5-yard slant. There was green, nobody in front of him, and he threw it behind him. Like it was a rough game. But I will say this. Like you guys said, we played the number 1, number 2 defense. Whoever you think is better, Cowboys or 49ers, they both showed out, right? They both kind of went crazy. So whoever you think is better, number 1 or number 2.
Okay, you ready?
That's what I got. Yep.
Okay.
Justin, you go first.
Sure. Okay. How are you gonna come at me for Parsons having 1 sack when you literally, who the fuck else do you have, motherfucker? You have nobody. We have a DeMarcus Lawrence, a whole fucking front line, a bunch of linebackers, a bunch of cornerbacks. You literally have Patrick Peterson, who's a washed-up cornerback. Hightower, who is good, but how many sacks did he get? And I think you have Devin Bush, but how good did he do?
Oh, we don't have Devin Bush anymore.
Oh, okay.
Looks like you know my team.
Sorry. Yeah. Whoa. No, that's exactly why I'm saying this.
No, we got Holcomb. He's a newcomer this year.
You can't come at me for Parsons having 1 sack. Here's the thing, ultimately. But let me just tell you this. No. Hold on. I'm not done with my statement.
Let me counter, and then you can go on to your next thing. Our defense is brand new. Like our defense is literally.
You know what this smells like?
What?
It smells like excuses.
No. I'm not making excuses.
Like buttholes. And you know what a butthole smell like? Like shit, Alex. This is a conversation. You ain't defending nothing.
Hold on. It is a brand new defense. The thing is, I was expecting more out of this new defense. Our defense got a whole revamp from last year. I would almost rather have last year's defense.
I don't think your defense was the problem. I watched that entire.
They played too many.
I watched that boring ass game, and it was actually really nice to see Brock Purdy play well. Like, congratulations to the kid, arm and stuff. But holy shit, I hope Kenny Pickett just for the sake wins a fucking game this season because he looked like ass, bro. And you made this bet about him winning a playoff game. I hope you're sweating and your little penis shrunk back up because I know you're getting nowhere close to a playoff win this season.
Listen.
Listen.
It is game.
No. Don't even listen, Chris. Go on in. Come on, buddy.
Game 1. So give us some time.
Come on, Chris.
All right. Well, they call them the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's a pretty tough name. Hard as steel, tough as steel, strong as steel. I think they should be renamed to Mighty Putty because that was some weak shit. And then on top of that, you talking about TJ Watt having 3 sacks. That's so looking at the bright side that it's like when a dog gets into the jewelry box and then you got to go in the backyard and look for a diamond in a pile of shit. Like that's nothing. And trust me, Alex, I'm laughing at you right now, but I was just as mad as you yesterday because even though I do nothing but run my mouth about Kenny Pickett, I somehow allowed myself to get talked into the hype around Pickens and Freiermuth. So pretty much every tight end I have in all these leagues is Freiermuth, and I have George Pickens in a bunch of the leagues too. And so I was very disappointed. I was jumping like a little girl though when Freiermuth got that touchdown. But I was very disappointed.
The thing is, with your team, fantasy wise, Freiermuth is probably the safer option. Pickens will be he's going to be good,
iffy.
But if Pickett can be good, right? But Freiermuth is old, reliable. I talked about it last year. I said, watch out. He's going to have a great season. It's just his most trusted. The Steelers have had this tight end that will get 50 yards and 2 touchdowns. We had Heath Miller forever, and Freiermuth is a very similar thing. Blocking tight end, he'll get you 50, 60 yards and a touchdown or 2, and you're like, cool, that's great, awesome, that's what I need, right? But yeah, who knows? I'm watching this Jets-Bills game. I'm not going to change the subject. I'll go back to the Steelers.
To give it away.
The Bills
are they really
3 interceptions?
3 interceptions.
Josh Allen's killing me, dude.
What? You're the same person. It's like he thinks he's on his team. But yes, I will close out my segment with.
Oh wait, we're done. I wanted to make you more heated.
Nope, we're closing out my segment.
Wait,
with
who do you guys play again next week?
The Turds. Why?
I just wanted to know what your thoughts are on your record
on Monday night. So not only are we going to get embarrassed by having overhyped from the preseason, okay? Now we got to go to a Monday night game.
Yeah.
And play the Turds, and a team that doesn't look great, but I talk about how good TJ Watt is. Myles Garrett is just as good. It sucks to see that. And Ward is playing well, and they're trying to do the whole, we're trying to send every person on the defense to the Pro Bowl. That's what they're trying to do. Good for you guys. You're all trash. Y'all suck. And I hope and pray that the Steelers can beat you. And if they don't, you'll have more ammunition because I talked about how bad the Browns defense is and how bad, but what I will say is the healthy outlook is there's no expectations for the season now. After that game, there are 0 expectations for this season. Going into this season, it was it is a playoff bound team. The team went 5 drives for 5 touchdowns. We did all these things in preseason. Yeah. Now there's think this might have been the best thing that could have happened to the Steelers, and maybe even to Pickett is there is 0 expectations for the rest of the season for you.
Yeah.
If you win the next 2-3 games, they're going to be well, they still lost to the 49ers really bad. So is this a fluke? It doesn't really.
No, I think if you guys went on a stretch of 3 games, people would be just a rough start against the 49ers.
And yes, but I think this was needed to knock their confidence down a little bit to realize, hey, you aren't with the big boys yet. And it's not, but also we played a team that every position is the 6th highest paid player in the league in that position, which makes 0 sense to me. I don't understand how Deebo Samuels is the fifth highest receiver paid. Christian McCaffrey's number one. Trent Williams is like number three. What's it called? Bosa's number one. Kittle's like number one or two.
He's not number one anymore.
He whatever number like top 3 or 4,
Top
right?
3, I think. Yeah.
And then you pay your quarterback what under $1 million. Crazy.
Honestly, you know what? Wrap it up. Yeah, you just got beat by a good team. Simple as that.
Yeah, it's a really good team. I really hate that Brock Purdy's doing so well because I was on the Brock Purdy is overrated train. And so that really sucked. That really sucked. That really sucked to see that happen. But let's go into some other games that's not this. What?
That was a great Monday game, a morning game. I'd love to talk about that because I thought Brock Purdy looked excellent. Dude, what a cool comeback. Like, I know, let's just talk about it because get it over with. You don't want to talk about it anymore. But, like, we didn't talk about the San Francisco side of things. And we talked a little bit about the Chiefs side of things.
Christian McCaffrey looks fucking unstoppable.
Dude, they look as good as advertised. Like, I know it'll be a fun game to play them this year. It will be a real, like, that could be a super. If it wasn't in the NFC East, NFC both teams, excuse me, they would be an amazing Super Bowl to watch.
That would be a fun Super Bowl. It's gonna be a fun AFC Championship game or NFC Championship game.
If it makes it, yup. Gotta make it there first.
That's the truth. Anything to say on the 49ers, Chris?
Just that Christian McCaffrey is unreal, but watching him every time he was in like a bang play, I'm like, ooh, is he hurt? Is he hurt? No. Maybe this time. No. So it's like he's one of those guys where he's so scary to go up against, but it feels like any little hit and he's done for the year.
I got one shout out before we leave this too to my ASU man, because Jake, I know
Brandon Ayuk, baby.
Oh yeah.
On a contract year, he balled out, man. I drafted him a couple leagues last year, and I only drafted him in one this year, but he did really, really good. I was like, yeah, let's go. Gotta represent. Jake doesn't give a fuck.
I know that you want to talk. I know that you want to talk about this, Chris.
What do I want?
Purple people eaters.
Oh,
don't
you mean
look that great.
Cousins is trash.
So obviously I didn't have the Sunday ticket, so it wasn't one of the games I was allotted to watch. But I can't fathom how Justin Jefferson had, what was it, 140 yards?
150 yards, 9 catches. Receptions.
Yeah. And yet they still lost the game.
And he didn't get a touchdown. Yeah. Well, Baker Mayfield put the team on his back. He played like a dog out there. Kirk Cousins did not. It was actually kind of insane how much more fight Baker plays with than Kirk Cousins. And so I was very impressed by Baker. You got Mike Evans who's coming up big. He had one bad drop where it's like, oh dude, you should have had that. But other than that, Mike Evans looked phenomenal. That slant with like the 20-yard line or whatever. He could have just turned and gotten another touchdown. But the Vikings, their defense has regressed. Those pieces they've lost, it's noticeable. Their offense has regressed. Dalvin Cook not being now, obviously Dalvin could be hurt from time to time, so it's not a huge difference not seeing him there, but Kirk is just bad. Like that one pick isn't necessarily on him completely. Like it could have been a little bit more accurate, but it was pretty there. Like that was more on the receiver. But towards the end of the game, some of the throws he was throwing was like, dude, you are so off target. Overthrow. Just yeah. If I was a Vikings fan, I'd be so done with him. I don't understand how you throw 344 yards and lose the game.
But only 17 points. You threw 344 yards and got 17 points. You got 2 touchdowns and a field goal.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know. We're keeping you guys updated because we're watching the game right now. The Bills might beat the worst team in the NFL.
Dude,
No.
is there another pick? Because I'm about to cry if Josh Allen
No,
throws a
they're-
pick.
But they're driving.
They're
Zach
driving.
Wilson actually looks good this drive.
They're on the third. I mean, so granted, the Jets are their backup quarterback was a starting quarterback last year, so it's not like
Not
it's
a
not
If
like
you want to call him that.
he was something. And also learning under Aaron Rodgers for a whole like offseason
Summer.
probably helped, huh?
For a
Yeah.
whole summer.
3
Whole
months.
summer.
2 months.
Hey, better than 0 months, right?
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm sure he did learn a lot,
Well,
but
that's a touchdown. That's a
He
tie
caught
game.
that. He
Yeah,
fucking
he-
caught that, bro.
Hey, that's
Who?
Wilson.
Who?
That's Wilson.
yes, I needed that.
Holy shit. Hold on.
Wow,
Oh.
this game is insane.
I
This
took Garrett
game-
Wilson in way too many leagues for Aaron Rodgers to go down.
Wow. That was insane. Okay. I know, obviously, talking about games, but Garrett Wilson I thought, oh, bad pass, whatever. He
No.
managed to
Oh,
fucking catch
he-
it, bro.
So,
like,
So he
basically
just
what
made
happened-
Zach Wilson look good, not the
Basically,
other
what
way
happened
around.
is
It honestly wasn't a bad ball.
defender and him hit the ball, bounces in the air. Wilson with one hand finds it. Well, as he's falling, catches it.
Beautiful. He is
Wow.
great. He is insane.
He's
Yeah,
gonna be
and
good.
that's a tie game, boys. 13-13. The
Wow.
Bills are literally giving this game away. But
Wow.
going to games that actually were played.
Finished. Yeah. Well, we were
Yeah.
just talking about what game?
The Bucks Vikings.
Oh.
We're
Yeah.
done with
Okay.
that. There's really not much to talk about besides for just Kirk Cousins is not that good. And
You know who is
And
that
T-
good?
Last year.
well,
rejected
and you know what else I felt great about watching that game?
What?
TJ Hawkinson did not live up to that money.
I told you he got paid. Don't take him any league. A guy took
I
him in
didn't.
one league. I took him in one league before he got paid. Because I was
When
like, he's
you
gonna be
get
good.
paid,
He's
you go
he
down.
got paid. He's not gonna be good. Oh, they had to make the extra money. Okay, cool. Who did look good? Bijan Robinson.
He looked
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, he looked pretty good. Him and
No.
Aguilar.
That-
if
that- Touchdown pass he got, like with it that he fought for, was very impressive.
Ritter looks like a rookie quarterback, but I guess he's a
For
second
sure.
year. But he looks like a rookie
But he
quarterback.
looks like a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, he looks like a rookie quarterback. And Kyle Pitts might be the most overhyped draft
Bust.
tight end ever.
Yeah.
Bust.
Dude, he has been horrible. Like he 44 yards on 2 receptions. What is that about?
Shows his potential's there. I think if he had a better quarterback, might be different. And not saying that Desmond Ritter can't be better. I just don't think he has enough experience to be better. I think they kind of took him late, anyways. Like he wasn't a for like 2. I don't. McJam, can you look up what pick he was, what round and
Desmond
stuff?
Ritter.
Yeah, because he
I
wasn't.
want to
like,
say he was a third or a fourth.
Yeah, I think he was a
which,
third.
I mean, still, you don't expect much out of him.
No.
That gave us something. So like everybody's different. But no, I think both those running back combos in Atlanta is insane.
Yeah, it's
it'll
gonna be a fun
good.
year
I'm
for
glad I
them.
picked them up in our fantasy league because that gives me a lot of longevity with Bijan Robinson. So
Yeah,
thank you,
for
Chris.
sure.
Even though I got fucked with JK Dobbins, I still have Bijan, so I'm okay. I'm living free.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
McJam, what you got?
Ritter was a round 3 pick.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
Also, it seems like Bryce Young's only person he wants to throw the ball to is Hayden Hurst. His tight end had 5 receptions for 41 yards and a touchdown. He threw 2 interceptions and a
He's just
touchdown.
getting-
But
getting
he's
started.
young, he's learning. But hey, good to have a tight end who you can trust.
No, I think it was just getting out and getting a real NFL game. Like preseason is like NFL games, don't get me wrong, but
But they're not.
No, it's not an actual like real game. And so it was good for him to get experience, especially against an Atlanta team. And Atlanta's defense isn't the worst. They're not the best team in the league, but like, I mean, they still have like Bates on their team. They're in the secondary. They have some good players. So
Mhm.
hey, at the end of the day, what another boring game. And it was quick and over and it was just saying who won. And Atlanta
Yeah.
came out victorious.
And then well, we talked about one rookie quarterback already. CJ Stroud, whatever. He didn't do too great against the Ravens.
Trash.
But a rookie quarterback who might have done a little bit better, AR-15.
He honestly looked like he did at Florida. Very athletic, but not accurate.
I will give you that. He 24 for 36 or 37, 223 yards, and 10 rushes for 40 yards.
Yeah, see, he's great on his feet. He just
Yeah.
needs to dial in the accuracy because he's got the arm strength. So he can get those deep balls, but
Right.
it's just a
I
little
think
mystery of where they're going.
it's just giving him time to develop and actually get used in systems and getting played. But like Michael Pittman still balled out, so he obviously did something.
Yeah.
Still got him points, which obviously did
99
something. He almost
yards.
won them a game, and then he got injured at the end, which kind of like he just got to learn too. Like he can't be that as athletic and run ability as he did in college because the defenses are a lot more. They're looking for a hit.
Sophisticated.
Yeah. So college, you just have a lot of talent spread out. Where in the NFL, it's all the talent. It's the marbles.
Yeah. It's best of the best going at you.
Talk about probably the most fun game of the weekend, the Dolphins and the Chargers.
I love it. It was
That
such
was-
a fun game.
And like this is 2 for 2. The last 2 games have been so fun to watch. Like down to the wire. I think the last one was like 45 to 43 or something like that. What's that?
Hey, you watching? They just got
Dude,
the
no
ball back.
way. The
Dude,
Jets defense
Yeah, they're
just
fighting right
got
now.
a fumble on.
As long as it's not on Josh
Oh,
Allen.
they're fighting. They're fighting. They're
They're
fighting.
fighting. They are fighting.
They're fighting. The Jets might pull this game out. Let's go Jets, bro.
That'd be crazy for one. For two, who
Oh, they're
got the
fighting.
fumble?
They're fighting.
No, they were fighting.
It's like a brawl.
Allen looks
Yeah.
pissed, bro.
Who looks
Josh Allen's
pissed?
from Josh Allen.
He's
Oh,
pissed.
if he fumbled it, I'm pissed.
Let's
I
see
have
it.
it. He's my
Yeah,
quarterback
he
in our
did.
dynasty
He did
league.
fumble. He did fumble. He tried to run it and he got smacked and fumbled the fucking football. He 100% did. Oh my god.
Rosie.
Hey, yeah, you know who I have on my taxi though?
Who?
Brock Purdy.
What?
It might
Oh.
be time to swap out Allen for Purdy.
Rosie.
Wow.
I feel so bad for Rosie.
Wow.
So
I mean,
what sucks is I have Josh Allen in the league that I'm playing Rosie, but I also have the Jets defense. So everything that Allen does bad, the Jets defense does good for it. And I'm beating her by 4 points because she had Aaron Rodgers at her quarterback who got her 0 points.
that's funny.
But going back to the Dolphins Chargers game.
Oh, is that what we were talking about?
Yeah, we're talking about
that.
dude, this game is insane.
Insane. But okay, Dolphins Chargers games. Didn't get to watch any of it. I heard it was a lot of fun. I heard it was really explosive. We got to see some things, but what a
Bro,
fight
it was
till the end.
it was super funny. So Rosie and I are watching that game, and Rosie goes, so they get a turnover and they're on the 35 or 40 yard line for the Dolphins are of the Chargers. And it's this Tyreek Hill literally runs a streak and beats the guy and throws it over and it's a touchdown.
He's insane.
And Rosie literally looks at me and goes, that's 3 or 4 plays in a row of 50 yards. Do they not know how to cover this guy? And I was like, that is the thing of that's what happens when you have Tyreek Hill. He's almost like a Travis Kelce, different kind of way, but you just can't guard them. It's they're gonna get their passes, they're gonna get their catches. And if Tua freaking stays healthy, this team could win the Super Bowl. What the heck?
So there's a league where I have both Tyreek and Tua. I benched Tua this week though, but next week they're both going in the lineup, and I just want to watch the points light up.
Well, I think we were all really hesitant on what Tua was going to be like after such a really a devastating injury. It was very, very critical. I mean, he did not look the same, and that's kind of where we kept banking on, right? It's well, what's Tua going to look like? What is the offense going to look like? It will be at the same level of what they were last year when they were looking good. And he came out and proved it. I thought that was awesome. I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's a good story. It's good for him, good for the Dolphins. They got all their money's worth, and they look really, really freaking good without Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, the fact that they don't have Jalen Ramsey and they look this good, it's kind of insane.
It's insane.
The one thing I will say is I wanted more from Bradley Chubb. I heard Phillip's name a lot more than I heard Chubb's name. And Chubb, you're the number one guy there. That should be your thing.
Yeah, that's fair. One game though. One game.
Yeah.
Okay.
But going from great quarterback play to horrible quarterback play,
Oh.
or just very like whatever. Packers Bears. That was just like Jordan Love looked. No, okay, slow down. He looked better than Fields, but that's not saying much.
So I didn't watch the game. All I see is the stat line. The stat line looks real nice. 15 for 27, 245, and 3 touchdowns.
In the context, okay, in the context of it, A, being the Bears defense, B,
yeah,
he can't throw the long ball or the medium ball.
And it does
It's
look like
short passes.
Yeah, Aaron Jones got 2 receptions for 86 yards. So it's like a screen, and Aaron Jones goes for 50 yards, and you're like, okay, cool.
It's not that Jordan Love tore it up. He did look better than Fields, though. But Fields, like, Brees Hall or Garrett Wilson.
4th and inches on the 20-yard line. They're in the red zone.
Okay,
Jeez.
so Chris, you were jumping all over the place in this game.
Sorry.
On Monday night. No, we're sorry. I'm sorry because I'm watching Alex watch the game. Then I have to watch the game. And I'm not listening. There's other things I want to talk about, and I just can't do it with this intensity. They're going for on 4th and 1, and
no 4th and inches. It's not 1. It's literally like this much. Dude, push, and just push Brock Purdy forward. That's it.
Brock Purdy's not in the game.
Not Brock Purdy. What the fuck am I?
You have PTSD.
I hate that guy. That's it. That's the first time. I got it. But the Packers. So Jordan Love didn't. So I don't know the stat line. So he didn't look that good.
He just looked okay. Like he looked better than Fields. He looked better than I'm sure a lot of people were expecting out of them. But it wasn't anything where I'm like fucking scared. Like we'll see how they keep doing. But Justin Fields was a disappointment.
So what was it? Was it just missing players? I didn't watch this game. Was it just missing players?
Yeah, he just like what? He should be a running back.
He's really good at running.
Yeah.
You think he would switch?
No.
Money, no. It's a huge downgrade. Oh yeah, if he was to go to, well, first of all, I mean, he would live out his rookie contract, but his next contract would be for running back money, not for quarterback money. So why would he do that?
Do you think he stays? Do you think they keep him as their quarterback?
It depends on where they finish this year.
Or is it just the Bears?
It's a little of both, but Justin Fields definitely is not a dart thrower.
So it depends on what offense you put him in. Maybe he's better, but I don't really know.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, when you
pair him with Andy Reid, yeah, I'm sure he's going to do way better. But
when you
still don't have faith in him.
You sign a DJ Moore off the offseason and he goes 2 for 26 yards, that shouldn't be
they gave
a number 1
for him.
Yeah. That 2 for 26 yards. No. The last game I think we need to talk about and touch on, really, besides the Seahawks, which they didn't really do too well, is the Eagles-Patriots.
Good game. Another rainy game. Just like I figured the Giants game was going to be rainy after seeing New England.
Stat line, Jalen Hurts doesn't look that good.
I only heard that they looked dominant and then they just started giving it up towards the end.
I only watched the end. So like that. So when I saw it was that close, I was like, I'm gonna turn this game on. What the heck, right? And that
it looked ugly at first.
Oh, that last throw was crazy. Almost an in. If that catch was in, the Patriots could have beat the Eagles.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yeah, hey, listen,
pull it off. I thought they were going to pull off the comeback with Tom Brady in the house watching, but the start of that game was ugly. Like they were getting destroyed.
Yeah. And Mac Jones didn't look hot, and then he started balling out towards the end. So that's kind of cool too, because everybody had doubts about him.
Yeah, he went like 10 for 10 at a certain point to get the game like tied back up.
He was Did you see Zeke fumble?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was back when the Patriots were in their struggles because Zeke fumbled in the drive after Mac threw a pick.
Oh, that's brutal.
So it was just like, oh, wow, the Patriots look bad this year. But then they got their shit together and got things going.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Boys, anything else from the football side? I mean, like that's really all we
We
got
talked
for.
about the Seahawks, but no one wants to talk about how impressive the Rams looked in that. And the
Rams
Seahawks,
definitely
don't
look
get me
better.
wrong, they their offensive line just started being torn up. They lost like their tackle, they lost one of their guards. That's one of the games I've obviously watched just being in Seattle. So they lost two of that. Then Tyler Lock was out with a concussion protocol
It
for a
looked like
minute.
a beautiful game though,
Yeah, it was
or a
really
beautiful day.
it was beautiful weather just for me to sit on my couch and watch football all day long. It was perfect. But honestly, the Rams impressed me beyond belief because they're doing all that without Cooper Cup, and Cooper
Yep.
Cup would be arguably one of the best wide receivers in the league if he's playing. So it's insane that they even did what they did. Shout out to Mal Stafford, dude. He looked fresh again, and he looked good. So I was really,
I don't know why
impressed.
everyone thought they were going to suck.
I thought they would do worse because I didn't. Who they have? They have nobody. Even the people he's throwing to, he really doesn't have anybody. He relied on Atwell. Who the fuck is Atwell? And he relied on that new dude from BYU. Yeah, that dude from BYU needs to learn how to catch a fucking football. BT Dubs.
Yeah, he
That
does.
dude kept getting hit in the face. Like, but when that dude can start catching footballs, he'll be all right. Because
He needs to start using Tyler Higbee more.
Yes, and so I was just impressed overall with the performance. And Cam Akers, I hate on him a lot because he's injury prone and stuff like that. But looked pretty good too. They had a good run game established between him and the rookie they have. I forgot his name, but Williams, I think, Keenan Williams.
Yeah,
it's
something like
Keenan
that.
Williams.
So yeah, dude, overall it was super impressive. I was shocked.
3rd and 12, boys. On the 18-yard line. There, it's a running play.
All
Interesting.
right, Brees Hall.
Brees Hall. Yep.
So does
Michael
that mean
Carter.
that wrap it up for the games pretty much?
That wraps it up for the games. But I do have one more thing to talk about.
Oh boy.
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. We had a huge game in the college football world. Texas beat Alabama.
Oh, I forgot
Yep.
about that.
That was a good game.
That was
a very fun game.
Fun game to watch. And just got a text message from a friend. DraftKings is refunding all parlays and bets on Aaron Rodgers. So good day for me.
That's nice.
Good day for me.
$50 back in your wallet, huh?
Yep, thank you, boys. But standing,
You know
now,
why they
so-
did that, right?
Why?
Because they could have pocketed so much money
Oh,
off
yeah.
of people this week.
I would not bet with them
those
again.
people would be mad and not be as excited to go and bet next weekend.
Yep.
So they're like, no. You take
I
it
would
back
have
because
used-
we'll
I would
take
have
it from
used
you next
FanDuel.
weekend.
Yep, I would use FanDuel. But I do want to talk about that was a crazy game. Insane. Texas probably may be back. Who knows? But
What
Don't
was
say
it
that.
made him look so good? Like, what made him look so good? I didn't watch that. I was working
Okay.
Saturdays. I can't watch college football, period, because of my job, right? It just is what it is.
Oh, yeah.
But like, I saw it and I was like, what? Texas of all teams?
Ewers,
So-
I think is his last name, right? Ewers?
Quinn Ewers.
Ewers, yeah. Can throw a long ball.
He can throw a long ball. So I'm not saying that Texas isn't a very good team. Saying they're back is pushing it. What I noticed the most in that game was just how bad Alabama's quarterback is.
Oh my God, he is horrible.
He has a very strong arm, but he has absolutely no accuracy.
You talk about
Overthrows, interception. Like
Yeah.
he was like out of the past, 5-10 years, he's probably the worst quarterback I've seen.
Wow.
Oh yeah. He was not good. And then we have the new polls out for the week.
Didn't they move Texas to like 5 or 4 or something?
4. So Georgia stays at
Wow.
1, Michigan goes to 2. Stays at 2.
Stays at 2.
Florida State jumps to 3. Good for them. They're a good team. Texas jumps to 4, USC jumps to 5.
Okay, here's the problem with
Ohio's-
Texas.
So
They're one of those teams where they're going to play Alabama amazingly. They're going to play
Oh.
Oklahoma amazingly. They're going to
Penn State.
find a trap game. There's going to
Yeah,
be a trap game this year that they'll fall to. Just wait.
they'll play like Kent State, and you're like, what in the hell? How did you lose to
And then
Kent State?
USC will slip into that 4th spot.
Okay, so four, and then Ohio State dropped 2 positions after winning a game. Okay.
Probably
Perfect.
just because of those. No, it's because it's not that they deserve to drop ranking as much as these other teams deserve to jump up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Penn State stays at 7, Washington stays at 8. Notre Dame finally jumps in the top 10, goes to 9.
They're looking great.
Yo, this Hartman guy,
Yeah, that
looking
quarterback.
good.
Really good.
Funny, bro.
Looks
You
like
see
an
his little motions on the thing.
Yeah.
he looking like a yeah.
He's smiling the whole time. I was like, oh my god.
Alabama at 10,
Even after losing.
even after losing.
At home.
Yeah.
And wasn't it against unranked Texas, or was Texas ranked?
No, Texas was 11.
No, Texas was 11th. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Tennessee almost lost to a Division II school, basically.
Well, here's the problem, and he was getting a lot of hype last week, but I was pumping the brakes as much as I want to see him succeed. But that
Milton?
quarterback they have, Joe Milton, there's a
Yeah.
reason why he had to transfer from Michigan. They gave up on him real quick, and he's
did
got
they?
a lot of athleticism, but he makes very questionable decision making, and he's not always consistent in his throws to begin with. So Tennessee's going to be a roller coaster. I mean, technically, when he transferred there with the intentions of being the starter, and then Hendon Hooker beat him out. So now he gets to be the starter this year. What's going on in the game, Alex?
Sorry.
What did that?
16-13. The Bills are on the Jets 30-yard line. Damn, Josh Allen just took a huge hit. Last thing I want to say before we sign off on this podcast,
He's smoking out there,
and we're just gonna watch this at the very end, is Colorado jumped to 18. They're looking fucking good.
Dude,
I can't
Colorado
wait to see
looks
them.
So good.
Can't wait to see them next game, and like when they actually have a challenge game. They're playing Colorado State next week, so it's not really a challenge game.
No.
Other than that, boys,
the USC game is the one I think is going to make their or break their season for
Yep.
sure.
For sure.
That's gonna be a fun game to see how well they do there.
Well, damn, yeah, I know you want to try and get off of this. Yeah,
I'm trying to watch this game.
Yeah, hey, Dion Neon, baby, let's go. It's a real thing.
I'm a big Dion fan. And other than that, boys, if you haven't followed us on YouTube, Instagram, all the places, go follow us. And if not, have a wonderful night, guys. Can't wait to see you next week when I have the highest picks for the week. So good luck, guys.
Okay. It's because the Steelers are still going to lose.
All right.